In Japan, many children are studying English. Before it started in middle school, and now it has been pushed to elementary school. When you start your third grade, you start studying English. And throughout that time, I think there's a lot of people that hate English class. That's what we're going to be talking about and answering the question, hey, do you hate English? Thanks for joining, everyone. We're the hosts of the MJ and Adam Show. My name is, guess what, MJ.
And my name is, yes, you're right, Adam.
Oh, hey, congratulations for joining us, because what you're doing right now is not only enjoying our natural English conversation, but you're also improving your listening skills by giving yourself a challenge. So hopefully you're subscribed to us so you get more videos just like this.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Today we're going to be going into the topic of why kids hate English. This is something, me and Adam spent more than 15 years, man. Was it?
A decade?
I mean, Adam's now in Canada.
1 decade,
but definitely
0.5.
over a decade.
Yeah.
In Japan, helping people with their English, from young children to elderly people and everything in between. So we have a lot of experience hearing the story of people who do not like English. So I wanted to ask the question, when did this hatred start for English? Why do people not like English? And I feel like it goes back to the academic side, the school side of English.
Exactly. I feel it exactly the same. And it's all the experiences that people have while in school, on the school side, or maybe at home sometimes, but it's all about the studying and the way people study. And in my experience, I saw two different versions of the desire to study English. I saw the person who likes and loves English studying, and the person who just absolutely hates it to the point where it's like, I want to fight English. I think the basic reason that I got from one person who told me exactly why he hated English as a child was that his teacher forced the students to study English, and when they made a mistake, the teacher I don't want to say bullied the student, but kind of made them seem stupid at a certain point. So that experience was kind of like a trauma, which made them hate English. So I'm guessing one of the reasons why kids hate English is because it's kind of like a traumatic experience for them. They feel like something bad happens when they study English, or they feel bad like when they study English because there's no reward for them. There's nothing that they gain. Only people either laughing at them for making a mistake, or feeling strange, feeling awkward, feeling different. And then, again, students, when they're young, very young, they comment and laugh. And it's puchi bully. Puchi ijime, I guess. The new word for 2024.
But I mean, it's very severe if this person that you talk to still remembers this time. It impacted them so much. Like you said, it was a traumatic experience. It's a sort of trauma that led them to hate English. And it's sad. That's a very sad story. And I hope that there isn't teachers out there who do that to their students. And I hope there's students out there who don't feel like that with their English, because not only English, but when I look at this question of why kids hate English, it's like, why do kids hate studying? Why do kids hate school? Now, I was on the side of, I don't like studying. I don't like to go to school, right? People would go there and I would, enjoy just the friends that you made, the community side of it, hanging out with your friends, making new friends. But studying, if it is a topic you don't care about, then it was very difficult for me personally to excel, to get good at that. For me, I would usually just be quiet, like math. I'm horrible at math. And I would go to the classes, I would try, but I would try maybe like just enough to pass. I wouldn't be over exuberant with my energy and how much I put towards that class. But I feel like there was no goal for me to
Okay.
study.
Yeah.
I always thought about that to myself. I'm like, I'm studying all this algebra and all this math equations and stuff. I'm like, when am I going to use this?
Right, right.
When and the teacher tries to explain possible situations, and I could always just be like, yeah, I don't see that happening. I don't see it as a realistic thing. And I feel like English for children in Japan, that's a big category of all my friends are Japanese. We speak in Japanese. My family, we are in Japan. Why do I need to study English?
Right.
And so that's a big point right off the bat of where is the motivation or the guidance for children to teach them that anything, of course, why English is important, but why anything in school is important, right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like there should be some sort of like change in how the first steps of English are shown to kids, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like you're in school, and especially now, right? Third grade, dude, elementary, third grade. I mean, in America, it's middle school. We start the second language, right?
Oh, really? For us?
Canada?
It's first grade, second grade.
No way.
Yeah, we started early. Yeah, maybe.
Pourquoi?
Yeah. Like little, because we had not only the language, but we would watch shows, and MJ should know about one of the shows that I told him a long time ago with the pineapple anana. I remember to this day anana, and then my French teacher would also bring in hand puppets and do shows, and so she made it fun. Piruri and Galaxo. It was like
whoa.
Yeah, this is all memories from my childhood. See how impactful teachers are when teaching a language, right? They can make it interesting for the kid, even though I also felt that I didn't really need it. It wasn't necessary, but I enjoyed it, making up little skits with the class and doing the exercises and seeing, the TV shows and the performances done by my teacher, who made it interesting for me. So I didn't feel it was necessary. Now I regret it because I think it is necessary. Anyway, I enjoyed it, so that's why I was able to continue and get, decent grades in it. But for someone who didn't like French and didn't find it exciting or interesting, that's a different story. They probably didn't want to do it. They probably wanted to leave the class all the time.
Hopefully you're enjoying this video, and if you are someone who wants to improve your English even further, check out the MJ and Adam Show website. You can subscribe to watch all of our old Speak Up Radio archive episodes, almost 300 episodes of awesome English conversation, natural speed, great for immersion exercises and studies. Or you can sign up to me and Adam's new podcast, the Next Step Podcast. It's a podcast we release every week, about 30 minutes long, going into more depth of me and Adam and who we are and what we are doing within our lives. It's a great place to listen to even more English and really make that English atmosphere for your life. Or maybe you're someone who is ready to take that next step and practice your English conversation. I do one-on-one online lessons. It's a great place to feel comfortable and practice your English conversation. If you're beginner level, intermediate, or advanced, I'm sure I can help you in some way to improve your language conversation skills. You can go to the website MJ and Adam Show and sign up for a free test trial for all of these things. Thanks. Now let's get back to the episode.
As you're learning things when you're growing up, there's challenges, right? But it's like everyone sees like this is what it's normal. Like we all have to do this. Where I feel like learning a second language is really difficult to express or explain how it can be helpful. And it's almost like it could affect people in a negative way. So I want to, ask everyone who's watching right now, when you first came in contact with English, what was your idea of it? Did you think you wanted to know more about it? Did you think it just sounded strange? Did you hate it because you needed to be studying it? Throughout your school years, I feel like many people see it as a necessity of academics. I need to do this because I need to get good grades in my class. I need to get good grades for this test. I need to get good grades or a good score to pass this test to go to, if you're doing entrance exams. to get to whatever kind of high school you want to go to, or a university. And they say that it is a big thing and it is a stress point. And that's another reason why I feel kids in Japan don't really like English, because it is used just to be like, oh, how good are you at this?
Yeah.
It's a level, it's a score, right? That's it.
Right. Yeah.
If you put a score on me being able to cook food, I probably wouldn't do that good. But I still do it.
Yeah.
You know why I still do it?
Because you have to eat.
Because I have to eat. It's important, right? Yeah. Exactly. And that's like the important part of it, or how you could use this tool to, of communication to be more helpful or enjoyable in your life. Now, I recently talked with one of my students that I do online lessons with, and we were discussing in the times of school, again, it's just seen as a thing to get better grades or good test scores with. So it's not fun. When this person went to university, they had a little still interest in English, and they decided to join a club.
Okay.
An English club, an English sakuru, okay? And in the circle, they didn't study. What they did was use English. They made like speech competitions within their circle.
Wow.
They did debates within their circle. They did things to help to use English.
Mm-hmm.
And this person said that this was the most that they've ever studied English. And it's interesting. Think about this, everyone.
Right, yeah.
When they were in school to get good grades to pass a test, they didn't really study. But when here's this almost volunteer, you're in a circle, you don't have to. There's no test. You don't have to do good.
It's not connected to your grades at all.
It's not connected. Yeah. But they had a drive, they had a passion to study so they could be better at using the English for the situation in this circle.
The other thing is they had peers, they had people around them thinking and trying to do the same thing with their goal was like one. They were a unit, like a team, like a basketball
There was
team.
A community. Yeah, there was a team.
There was a team.
Right.
Yeah.
To help each other out.
Right.
So this is one thing where I feel like it is such a tough answer for children to get used to liking English in Japan.
Yeah.
And, even it's not totally worthless. Those people who do hate it, and maybe later in life they say, okay, let me try to get better at English.
Right.
They have a good foundation.
Yeah.
They have some sort of, it's not zero knowledge of English. Right. So that's still good. But I feel like just the positioning of how you look at this, being able to speak another language can be so motivational if you look at it into a way of, hey, I can use this to meet new people, to make new friends, to experience new cultures, to learn about things around the world that's outside of, people who can only speak Japanese. And that's when it can really give yourself motivation to put in more work to get better.
Sometimes it's even just like, especially from a young age, connecting it with something that they really enjoy. And I know that YouTube is like a big thing now, compared to when we were in school, and maybe a lot of the people on our channel watching when they were in school. But a lot of the times I've found that some of the children who loved English wasn't because they wanted to be like an English teacher or somebody who's using English in their job. One boy, he was playing video games, this game called Roblox, and he said he likes English because he can speak with the other people who are playing Roblox in America. Another girl, Green Day was one of her favorite bands, and she wanted to go to a Green Day concert. She really liked English because of Green Day, not because she wanted to be, a doctor in America or something like that. So a lot of the times it's like a simple thing of having a hobby or having something where they're able to use English as a tool to understand what they're doing better. If they like trains, they can look at trains around the world, and maybe it's connecting them to want to learn English or another language in a different way, so they can go to that country and experience that thing firsthand without having any difficulty. And I think that's like something important for children, is to not just see, okay, like I like anime here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I like this, but then the rest of the world doesn't matter because it's here. Like if they can see people enjoying it around the world, they might be curious about wanting to meet those people in a way. That makes sense.
Yes. So that'll be one point of advice as we round up this video, this conversation. If you're someone out there who's a parent and you have children in Japan and you want them to study English, or they're studying English and not enjoying it, try to find a hobby of theirs.
Yeah.
Try to find a parallel, a connection with some English, you know, if they like cars or trains or like this sort of like Pokemon, or like, I don't know. See if you can find something on YouTube that is suitable for them. Maybe another, you know, kind of like a youth YouTuber who's talking about that all in English, maybe creating some interesting points where it's not studying, it's a hobby, and that hopefully will help them understand, hey, this isn't only for tests. This is so I can learn more about different things from people around the world.
Exactly.
Let us know in the comments what you think about this topic. Did you hate English when you were studying when you were a little kid? What do you think about it now? Let us know. Like and subscribe.
But that's it. We'll see you
on the next
step.